Hello, fellow Helldivers. Thorn here, out enjoying a nice day at Crested Butte and also getting a couple little grinds in. But something else that we're going to be grinding for very soon is the Bastion tank, or anti-tank, which Iron Sights has confirmed is coming to the game or has been added back to the piles. We're going to go over all of that, but without further ado, let's jump into today's topic. So, fellow Helldivers, there is something to rejoice about. Iron Sights, after his retirement, made a post stating the fact that, well, the Bastion tank, or otherwise known as the TD-220 Bastion, is coming soon to a super destroyer near you. So he has come out of retirement a little bit, but he did want to clarify that, saying, I'm also slightly hoping me posting this will give them incentive to fix the back end. I'm not the one they should be worried about. There's nothing stopping someone else from tapping into this, and that is what I'm wanting to prevent. So just something you want to know about a slight return. It probably isn't going to be a full-scale blown leaks as we've seen in the past, but the TD-220 Bastion coming back is absolutely fantastic. And there is some stuff that lets us know how the weaponry works, along with how it functioned in the first game, along with a huge list of other things I'd like to see come in now that we know that pretty much everything from Helldivers 1 is coming over, and we're going to break down a lot of that in today's video. Now, don't get me wrong, everyone here knows about the Bastion tank that's been in the data mine files forever. It's still not yet come to the game. We have no idea when it will release. It's a Helldivers 1 vehicle. However, someone on the Helldivers League Discord did find that there are a bunch of different other types of tanks in the game. Now, you can see a couple here, such as Annihilator, Shredder, Barrager, and so on and so forth. Now, the Barrager, we already know that the automatons have. There's also the Shredder, which is currently in the game. However, the Decimator, unless I'm mistaken, has not been brought in and could be a new tank type. Explosive autocannon, maybe equivalent to Cyborg IFV. I could be wrong. If you guys know, let me know. But I'm pretty sure those are tank types we haven't seen yet. We know tanks are coming in. They have actually playlist icon leaks right here. You can see two mechs on the right side, the APC in the middle, and then a car, and there's a tank one found with a bunch of different weaponry that's on top. We just don't know how they're going to function. And yes, I see it in every single comment section, by the way, whenever we talk about the tank. The Bastion is not an actual tank. It's an anti-tank weapon. Okay, I'm sorry I didn't nitpick. But there is a bunch of information and actually gameplay on some of its weaponry that we can go over. According to some stuff found in the files by Iron Sights, it's going to get even crazier with the vehicles we'll be seeing in the future. Now, if you haven't followed Iron Sights on Twitter, highly recommend you do, because he did show us the Bastion tank render right here, and this is going to be a Super Earth vehicle that has some quite strong firepower to it. They were also able to show us this in-game with the model, so you can see it right here. Overall, it's not a huge vehicle, not as big as you would think a tank is, but there was some gameplay actually uploaded by Experimental Division on YouTube, who was able to do the Bastion projectiles in-game to show the firepower of it. If you haven't checked out his channel, highly recommend it. He has some good quality videos on there, but I'll go ahead and play the gameplay right here so you can see just how powerful this tank is when we get it. So all that seems pretty exciting with a new Bastion tank coming in, but now I want to talk about some stuff I would like to see come over from Helldivers 1 in terms of vehicles and other things that would make the game absolutely fantastic alongside this. And the first one is going to be the M532 HAV, which is a heavy assault vehicle, which we don't actually have any data mine information for. In Helldivers 1, it was, like I said, the heavy tracked assault vehicle. Think a mini tank that could plow through hordes and take serious punishment. As you can see in this image right here, it is much larger than the APC we've seen leaked. Now, Helldiver 2 currently has a vehicle and 2 exosuits, but the armored APC mini tank feel from the original is a vehicle that anchors forward pushes and forces enemy AI to focus fire, which would be great against the automatons. it's still missing in that exact form. The HAV allowed squads to coordinate tank lanes basically. Keep in mind, Helldivers 1 was top down, and also created memorable cinematic team plays. So go ahead, bring it in and rebrand it as a limited Liberty HAV drop. Heavier and slower than most HD2 mechs, with a small turret operator slot and a deployable smokescreen to avoid balance chaos, which Arrowhead seems focused on, restricted to certain mission types, or give it a long cooldown. Now, number 2 is my personal favorite. I'm really excited to talk about this one because they put this into the game. I will be so happy. And that is the MC109 Hammer motorcycle. And from the first game, it is a fast 2-person bike. It was perfect for zipping between objectives and getting out of bad situations quickly. And Helldivers 2 vehicles, at least from what we've seen, the FRV is a little bit speedier, but they still tend towards heavier rides and exosuits. A nimble 2-person bike would restore team mobility, introduce it as a Patriarch Hammer as a one-day vehicle stratagem, invulnerability frames while deploying, small boost after spawn, seats 2, limit use case to avoid server chaos, and also let us do flips on it like in PUBG. Number 3 is the TD1110 Bastion Tank Destroyer. So this is a small but fearsome tank destroyer from Helldivers 1. It's a small, fairly mobile tank destroyer, prized for its incredibly powerful main gun and large ammunition stores. It required 2 people to operate, similar to the bike. There was a driver and a gunner, and the upgrades for it included a coaxial machine gun and increased ammo capacity. I really hope they go ahead and give us some upgrades for our other vehicles as well. And while in Helldivers 2, heavy vehicles and exos exist like we've talked about, the 2-man tank destroyer niche is still underrepresented, especially when the automatons have tanks. The Bastion offered a unique hybrid. It was faster than the heavy assault vehicle, more mobile, but still a heavy hitter. It would be perfect for objective shredding or tank escort style missions. Much better than the large cargo one we have to do, which we can't play because it's on a bug planet, but you guys get the point. Now, the next one is the M5 APC, which is a 4-seater armored personal carrier. Now, this is kind of fun because this would be the first 4-person vehicle we've had added since the FRV. A 4-seater APC brings back squad mobility and gives the team a ride together moment, strengthening cohesion and mission vehicle interplay. And we've actually seen leaks of this one. We know it's in the game files. It's probably pretty close to release, and that's why I'm hoping we get it for Liberty Day, and it would just be fun to have another vehicle. Now, number 5 is going to be remote charges and a demolition kit. Helldivers 1 had things like the REC-6 Demolisher and other remote charges. You were able to booby trap entrances, collapse tunnels, clear choke points. And Helldivers 2 is strong in area weapons and orbital strikes, but the remote player pace explosive trap mechanic is actually relatively scarce. Think C4 basically. This would be really fun to add into Helldivers 2, and something that would be very, very versatile in a lot of different situations against different enemies. Heck, I could have so much fun running into an automaton base, strapping C4 all over the place onto their little bases, running out with a stealth build ODST armor with the suppressor, and then blowing it up as I leave. Now, number 6 is legacy weapons. And Helldivers 1 had several fan favorites. For example, the Trident laser shotgun that players still reference. Arrowhead has actually publicly said they're cautious bringing legacy weapons into Helldivers 2 because they want the 2 games to actually feel unique and not that similar. However, if you use a Warbond or event unlock so that legacy weapons return as an alternate skin versions, for an example, the reissue Trident with slightly adjusted stats to fit Helldivers 2 balance, it could actually work, at least in my opinion. Now, the next one is going to be vehicle mounted vehicle ordnance. Helldivers 1 had varied vehicle mounted weaponry. There were rocket pods, autocannons, vehicle special loadouts, for example, the Eagle 1110mm rocket pods. Those were all great, and those are things we've seen in the game already. However, we've never had the customization on the FRV with them. Like I said, Helldivers 2 vehicles are potent, but giving them alternate legacy loadouts allows for deeper squad role specialization and throws back to the Helldiver 1 vehicle customization feel. Why we don't have that in the current game, I don't know, but it's kind of something that just feels lacking. And Helldivers 1 had a huge variety of orbital or tactical support options, such as a lot of the stuff we see in the games right now, like the Eagle 500. However, we haven't gotten a new one in, I want to say, like a year outside of Warbonds. Even with Warbonds, I can't really remember the most was it the Napalm? It might have been the Napalm. But regardless, we need some more orbital strikes in the air. After dealing with all the patch issues would be absolutely fantastic. However, those are just the main things that we haven't seen come over from the first game. But you gotta remember, Arrowhead has publicly said they're cautious when merging legacy content into Helldivers 2. They want the sequel to stand on its own, but I'll argue right now that it very much has, just by how popular it is. Let me know down below, guys, what are your thoughts on the Bastion tank coming in and some of the other stuff you'd like to see come over from Helldivers 1. Also, don't forget to check out my outdoor channel in the top left corner. Until next time, everyone, thanks for stopping by. Keep spreading managed democracy.